So we're sitting here with Darcy Ward. It's been a year since he's been into Poland here. And so Darcy, if you can just, in your own words, what's it like being back in Australia? And, you know, are you friendly with your neighbors, or, you know, what's your day-to-day rituals?
Yeah, it's good to be back. I mean, yeah, this is second or third home for me. I had some good memories here, so it's good to be back and just enjoy the sunshine and see everybody like yourself and your wife. So yeah, it's good to be here, and you know, we're busy in Australia doing what we can do, and you know, we bought a new house with my girlfriend Lizzie, and we have a puppy. You know, we live next door to Ryan Sullivan, not next door, but a couple houses. So we see him a lot. He's actually become a good friend. So now we're busy with rehabilitation, of course. Now my life is rehabilitation, and that's what you know, pretty much my job. And every day I wake up to try to be better and better myself. So you know, we go there 3 days a week for 2 hours, sometimes a little bit more, and you know, change it up, do different things. You know, keep my body in good shape. For, you know, of course, health is now my #1 key in life. So we're just trying to do everything we can to be better and enjoy life while we're doing it.
Would you say you're enjoying life right now in Australia?
Yeah, it's. I'm very privileged to be in such a good situation for, you know, the way I am. I believe, of course, you know, it's not good the way I am, and it's a disappointment and upsetting, but you know, I'm very lucky to and privileged to be in a good position and have good goals for the future and have support for the future from everybody, you know, including fans, you know, the Speedway, with Pool, and of course Monster Energy and yourself. So you know, I use that with strides, and you know, that pushes me forward every day.
I hear you have a new car when you get home, and so the next step, part of your rehab now that you've got that always going every day, is driving.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, you know, like we've spoke about, you know, I got a new car coming and put a deposit down before we left to come to Europe, and you know, when we come back we pay for the car and get driving. I mean, it'd be nice just to do something different. I'm struggling to do a lot of things now. There's not a lot I can do, so to be able to do something that has a motor and you know, that I've always wanted to get anyway. It's a car that I've always dreamed of, so you know, it's a dream come true to be able to get that car, and I'm excited to get back and get behind the wheel and see where that leads me, see where that will, you know, take me in life.
And what's the process in getting a driver's license and going through all the training and the learning and all that stuff that, you know, comes with that?
It's like being a teenager again. It's the same process as I got to start again and you know, go to the doctors and get checks, do tests, you know, in the car park so they can see, all right, he's all right to go on the road before they throw me on the road. So it's a long process, but I'm pretty confident that I can knock it over in 2 weeks. Just keep doing it every day and try to get it done. And yeah, like I said, I'm super excited to get on the road, so you know, I'll do everything fast and quick as I can.
And with that type of driver's license, is there any restrictions to always having a passenger with you?
No, nothing like that. It's you could drive, like, it's, they might, you know, with the injury, everybody tries to make, you know, you feel normal and you know, just be a part of the society in a normal way, and so there's no rules about nothing like that. It's once you get your license, you're, you know, another guy on the road, dangerously.
So Darcy, you've been here in Europe now a few weeks, got another week to go. What's it been like? What's your schedule been like?
Busy. I'm coming to work pretty much. It's tough. There's no holiday about it, but of course, you know, we still trying to see everybody, see Speedway, of course, see all the fans, catch up with people like yourself that have helped me, and you know, Pool Speedway and the fans here at Tyrone. You know, we're off to Sweden, so we're all doing, you know, doing the rounds, trying to say hello and thank you to everybody that's been such a big part of my life for the last year, and you know, more than when I was racing. When I was racing, was definitely a different light of how the fans react to me at the moment. So it's better now, to be honest. You know, of course it's not better, but you know, I have more fans now than I ever did, and that's pretty special. Like I said, I'm very privileged to be in a good position for, you know, the way I am, and you know, I'm stoked to be here in Europe and saying hello to everybody.
You must be amazed and honored at the same time to see the reaction and the dedication from the amount of fans, not just within Speedway. I'm sure many different forms of sport have recognized you or acknowledged you. Is that ever, you ever wonder how did all that happen?
Yeah, like I said, I'm more famous now than I ever was, and it's not just in Speedway, like you just said. It's we went to the V8 Supercars in Australia with Monster, and the guy there who does the interviews, who I've watched on TV, since I was a kid, he was doing an interview and he looked at me and said 1 minute, and then he done his interview and he come up to me and shook my hand and said, oh, good to have you here, keeping up to date with your process and, the way you're going. And I was like, oh my God, like, thanks mate. As a child, he was on TV and, not somebody I look up to, but somebody that was famous to me, and I was really honoured and shocked that he knew who I was, so I was pretty privileged about stuff like that.
Yesterday we went and enjoyed a really good special night of racing at Motor Arena. You got to see all your fans, your teammates, and then tonight we're going to be going into Old Town and having a little bit more quality time with some of the fans. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to be here, and it's such a different way I'm here now. It's not the exciting and enjoyment that I had here in Torrent and racing motorbikes in the best stadium in the world here with Speedway. So it's good to be here. I mean, yeah, we watched an awesome meeting. Probably the best meeting of the season with Torrent and Gorjov. Gorjov top of the table. Torrent awesome team. I'm sure they'll take battle in the final. So we were privileged to see the league and see all the purple shirts in the stand. It was me and Liz spoke about it, and I spoke to you when we were watching. Just all the purple shirts and everybody that was trying to, just have their 2 seconds with me and have a photo. It's a privilege to still be, such an icon here in Torrent, and it's a special moment for me, and I'll never forget.
So we have 1 more week to go, roughly 1.5 weeks left of your European tour, as you could call it. We'll be heading off to Melilla, obviously take part in the GP, participate as a fan. And then on Friday night, we're going to go to the MX World Museum, where Magnus, the owner of the museum, has purchased all of the Kevlars from last year's GP in Torrent, as well as your bike, your suit, and some of your personal gear that will be on display. You think that'll be an emotional night for you?
Sitting here, no. I think it'll be okay, but yeah, of course, you gotta look at reality, and of course, when I go and see the bike that changed my life for the worst, will be emotional, I guess, but we'll try to keep it together, and I'm thankful Magnus has been a good part of my rehabilitation with, of course, he's purchased a lot of things from me, and not just, items. They're big items that were a big part of my Speedway career, and all the Torrent suits. Looks awesome on display. I've seen all the photos, and I think, he deserves a pat on the back, and I can't wait to shake his hand and get to meet him and, say thank you and just enjoy the night with him, and, just see that, it's not just my stuff, it's a beautiful museum, and I think he's recognised throughout the world for his collection, and it's a privilege to be a part of it, and I'm glad he's taken so much pride in, I'm privileged to have a bike there and on display and be a part of everybody, and a name in one of the best museums in the world. It's an honour to have a stand there. So
obviously you're following many forms of racing, not just Speedway, but on the Speedway topic, the European Championship, who's your favourite rider, and what's your predictions of this season?
Favourite rider, I think Emil. Always had a good relationship with him, always raced hard, and have a lot of respect for him. I think he's a good kid, and I have a lot of time for him, and I like the way he rides a bike. I think he's got a great style and how a bike should be ridden, and his skating has become one of the best skaters in the world. From when he was first in the GPs, he was terrible, just as good as me when I was starting. So it's good to see how far he's come with his gating, and you know, like I said, I love the way he races, and you know, I predict that, you know, Emil is one of the best riders in the world and should be in the World Championship, and will be European champion, you know, yet again.
Were you surprised to see Monster Energy entering into the best pairs as a team format? Identical suits, look and feel on the mechanics were all identical. Did you think that that was a good direction? Something new to the sport?
Yeah, I like it. I think, you know, when you have a sponsor as a team, and it brings a category in the Speedway that we haven't seen yet, and yeah, I was cheering for Monster, of course, and trying to, you know, I'm good mates with Greg and Chris, so I would have been cheering them anyway, but, you know, I was sitting in my living room with my Monster gear on, cheering them on, so yeah, it's a good format. I think it's, you know, not even just Monster or all the other sponsors. It's a great way for publicists, you know, getting some publicity for, you know, big sponsors, and you know, how cool is it to see the black and green, you know, suit. I would have loved to have worn it.
There you have it, Darcy Ward. So we've heard a few things here and there, and obviously we want to ask you the question, do you think you'll be playing a role in Speedway in the future? And if so, what do you think that role is going to be?
Tough question. I think the main thing that is going to, you know, prevent me from doing anything is, you know, we live in Australia. The Speedway here in Europe is where it's at, and you know, it's hard for me to be in Australia and just watch on TV the time difference. But of course, you know, I'd love to make decisions and help make decisions for you know, some teams, or, you know, I'm still helping Chris and trying to be a part of his program, and you know, give some advice if needed. And you know, I would love to be here in Europe and you know, be living the life I do in Australia, but here in Europe, and still have that Speedway connection. But unfortunately, you know, I'm back in Australia, and I'm happily back in Australia, and you know, I think that's best for me and where I'm going to be most happy, and you know, the most progress is going to come from Australia. So unfortunately, that's, you know, that's the way it is, and you know, I still want to be a part of it in any way I can. And if anyone ever asks me anything, you know, I was speaking last night to, you know, Pavel, trying to, you know, give him an insight of how I see Speedway, and you know, he really took it on board. I think he, you know, once I'd spoken to him, I asked him, like, do you understand? And he's like, yeah, wow, like, you know, he really seen a different light in Speedway, and you know, sometimes that's all it takes, is just to get a guidance and you know, think of it as a little bit different. And we are a professional sport, you know, this is, you know, the top in Speedway. You know, everything that we're doing right now is part of the biggest program in Speedway, so you know, you need to take that on board and just take it professionally.
You think with all the social media, electronic media is out there, it's made it easier for you to feel closer to the sport, being so far away?
Yeah, much easier. I think 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't have probably come back, but you know, social media keeps me up to date, keeps me connected with fans, friends. You know, FaceTime and people, how easy is it? And with my girlfriend, she's away from her family, but she FaceTimes every week, and you know, you pretty much see them. So you know, we're in a good era in life, and you know, I'm very thankful for that. Even with my accident, to have my accident in this era and not 10 years ago, I feel lucky about that.
So tell us about this race car you want to get into.
Yeah, so we went to the V8s, yeah, with Monster, and before the V8s, they have support categories, and they have these one-seater cars with a roll cage. There's nothing to it. It's got an engine in the back. It's got a 1000cc road bike engine in the back, and there's like 28 of them on the track, and it looked awesome. They were loud. So that's a goal of mine, just to be a part of something, and you know, maybe win a race. And I don't know. They're called Aussie modified cars, so I'm excited. I don't know what to say about it. Well, you know, I don't even know if I'm in the category to be a part of it, to, you know, be able to race cars like that. But it's a goal of mine, and it's something that, once I'm, within 6 months when I feel like I'm going to be at a better stage, it's something that I'll be searching for details and ringing, the people that run the show over there and get my name involved.
Well, I think if that happens, I'm sure those organizers are going to be honored to have a racer like yourself involved in their sport.
I'd love to go and win it.